All right. There we go. Nice and
Look
fast.
at that. I like it tells us we're live.
Yeah, there you go.
We're live right up front.
StreamYard getting better and better every time.
Getting better every day. Every day. Welcome back to episode 91. You ready to kick this off?
Yeah, let's kick it off. Mid-Geek Crisis.
I'll try not to rant too much, but I will tell you that
No
I am fueled by port tonight. Just putting that out there, folks.
Open your ports, ladies and gentlemen. The rant's coming.
The rant is coming. Let's do
Mid-Geek
this.
Crisis.
Ha ha. Port night. Love it.
Port
night.
Boo.
Boo. Bravo, sir.
Thanks, Adam. Bring it on. Thanks for joining.
Well,
Fortnite. Very good. Good segue. Good setup, too. Checks in the mail, Adam.
checks in the mail. Absolutely. Fortnite is the game we cannot stop ever talking about.
Dude, I just want to be done talking about it.
I feel like
so
we
weird.
bury it, and it just comes crawling back. We're like, we have Marvel and Galactus.
I saw that poster, like the sort of side of it where it was all like Galactus and all these Marvel characters, and I was like, is this another advertisement for their fight against Apple? Like, what is this? How do they fight against Apple and then side with the other mega corporation that we all love to hate, right? It's like Disney and Fortnite in one corner, and no, not at all, dude. It is.
Look, Fall Guys is. I haven't played
People
it yet.
still play it, Rolls. I thought Fall Guys finally put the nail in the coffin. No, not at all.
No, not at all. Like it's out there. People are playing it, but this Marvel update is pretty cool.
Did you jump back on?
Dude, my kid plays it. My kid plays it a ton. It's so great. Like it looks great. It's I don't know, man. Like I want to hate on it. I want to like, God damn it, freaking everybody. I'm out. But no, the skins look great. The characters look fun. The good voice acting. I mean, they really know how to bring it. They know how to bring it. They've got good tie-ins, man.
And it's apparently Fortnite's part of Marvel canon.
So what they did is
this is the part that like what?
So they took an issue of a current series that's going on right now of Thor, and they did an offshoot of it where they pulled him out of that reality for a moment, and then what he did is he called upon Lady Sif to like go, hey, I need heroes, or I need people to help me with this. And sure enough, he started pulling all of the all the heroes, random heroes. And brought him
old dude.
So they made a crossover issue, and then so like this issue has like Fortnite characters in it, and then they reference things that are happening within the actual like 626.
So yeah, September of 2020, we are still talking about Fortnite. And that's what they're really good at. Yeah, the Nexus War.
Yeah, so
it's
they're
Galactus, dude. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But here we are. We've got Galactus, and it's happening, and just like Fortnite, which again, I can hate on it all they want, but they're really good at doing these story chaptered events. And so when you look up in the sky, there's like
I mean, they're really good at giving us what we want. That's
right.
That's the drip. I mean, these stories don't appear to be connected. It's even Default Guy.
No, that's the point. It's Default Guy. Well, I mean, you can't. He's Default Fortnite Guy, and you've got Keely, and you've got all these other characters that are.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable!
Like my kiddo knows the names of all of these Fortnite characters. Look at this. You've got Mystique and Storm and the other Fortnite Default.
I'm with you there, Tony Stark. Exactly who are all these people? I don't even know. I'm an old man. I don't know these characters. I stopped playing Fortnite probably last winter, maybe January, I think. Of last year? No, I want to say no, probably January this year. I stopped.
Yeah. I mean, I don't play it, but occasionally I'll take the controller from the kiddo. I'll play a round or two. It's fun. He enjoys it. I enjoy playing with him. I enjoy watching him play. He gets a little too ramped up sometimes. It's nuts. Sure, whatever. Yeah, go ahead and run it. Yeah, it looks great. The battle pass looks great. I mean, they're.
I don't. Man, is this the Marvel game we've all been wanting? Like, is this? Can we play Avengers in this game? Right? Can we get the? Oh my gosh! Unbelievable!
Look at this. It's got a great and it works with the art style. Like the Fortnite art style kind of plays well with these characters.
Comic. They got Mystique. That's actually pretty cool.
Dr. Doom, because he's an anti-hero, right? Like he's actually like the political.
He's a Secret Wars. This is like a Secret Wars lead-in, right? They're all parts of Fortnite for the Secret Wars. Is that what I'm watching?
Right. Look at that classic suit Wolverine with the tan and the tan and the yellow. Oh.
Is this a Thanos situation where you just show up with Dr. Doom and you just murder, or are there mooks on the board? Or there are like
characters, and you can like Captain America can come around, and you can find Thor's hammer, and it's nuts.
That's so intense. Yeah, default Fortnite guy does have a name.
He doesn't have a name. It's default Fortnite guy.
There you go, Adam. Default Fortnite guy. I don't know. Is it Gunner? I feel like it's Gunner in the Save the World version.
Yeah, of course you can. Yes.
Get the skin.
You have the dance. Skin, you put it on. You make him dance. I made Silver Surfer was the skin. Was the skin right now, so you can buy Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
So what's cool is Silver Surfer. I mean, he's all chromed out.
He's such a proud character. You're gonna have him
glider. His glider is his board, so he actually like comes down with the board flying down. I'm like, it's so cool. I'm like, oh my god, why am I liking this so much? It's totally nuts. It's
You're such a sucker for it.
I'm a sucker for it. I'm like, I'm out, and they're like Marvel. I'm like, what did you say?
Can I get some Marvel?
Also, it's the only game that you can do DC and Marvel together.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, just to give him a little salute, a little shout out to our man, the Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, right? He passed away last week, sadly. Yes. Soon after Friday, right? Friday night.
We were in the middle of D&D, and I got the notification on my phone.
And Fortnite put a memorial to him, a statue for him up, which is again like one of those things that brings people in. So
from what I read, is this was supposed to be like the way that they're doing this chapter is they're slowly rolling in more Marvel characters, and it's taking over the map. So parts of Wakanda would show up and appear. And so that was always going to happen, but they decided to turn that on early. And they dropped the big Panther statue there. They've already got some Ant-Man stuff going on, so there it is, and it's a big tribute.
That's really nice. That's good. I like it. I can dig it. Good for them.
Sadness, man. Like it was sadness hearing about that, but I can't believe that someone that awesome is gone. But at the same time, the fact that he was fighting it for 4 months, like 4 years, I think is what they came out to say. He had been diagnosed 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, some of us do what we have to do to get by. Good for him. It shows a real core of inner strength, I think, to fight it for 4 years. Keep doing what you're doing. What's I gonna say? Oh yeah, get checked, right? I like it's a weird sort of thing, right? Most insurance, if you want to talk mid-geek crisis, right, middle age crisis, right? Most insurances don't pay for it before the age of 40 or 45 or 50, depending. And here's where the sort of institutional racism comes in. Minorities are more likely to get this, right? So the fact that we can't get checked early, we can get it early, and it can kill us early at 43. That's only a year or two older than me, right? That is young. So yeah, go do it, get it done. Be healthy. I mean,
he was 43. He was diagnosed 4 years ago, which means he was 39.
Which means he probably had to pay out of pocket for it, or found out too late, right? Which is obviously what happened. So go get checked. Please, I know I have to pay for it out of pocket, right? It's one of those things you just have to pay out of pocket and get it done. It's miserable.
Right. I mean, you don't want to. I mean, hell, they found when I went through cancer, it was an incidental find. Like I would have never known. Like it.
Yeah, exactly. It's always the way it is. Cautious do something. I've been cleaning it, and
it's getting more Spartan.
Anymore. Well, I'm cleaning it. I'm cleaning up the mess. And my daughter and I drew maps today. So we drew a big map, and then the My Little Pony collection that my friend sent me. I'm going to put in quotes. that it litters all my D&D stuff now. We played a little bit of adventures with the My Little Ponies. They traveled.
Friendship is magic, sons of bitches.
Friendship is magic. They even sailed on one of my ships. You see one of my boats right over there. One of my paper ships over there. So it's good fun. You got to teach her how to draw maps. I love drawing maps with her, so it's a lot of fun to see what she puts down in each map. A lot of ghosts. A lot of ghosts in my maps.
Ghosts?
Yeah, she loves putting ghosts down in maps. Happy ghost, jokey ghost, hungry ghost. There's always a ghost somewhere on the map. Yeah, how will you draw those? You've seen like a lot of those old maps with like dragons or like birds flying across some of the mythical creatures. They're always ghosts on her maps. It's her trademark. Tim, that's because I've been cleaning. Also, right here is my workstation in case you've been keeping track. So that's where I work. Here's where I play. That's where I work. To see how I'm productive when I work from home.
All of this is where I play.
I know that's this
little sliver of my desk is my work desk.
Freaking. Too many monitors. Too many monitors.
I got rid of a few in the back. I've been moving.
I see them. Yeah, I just assume you found different places for them, but
I did. For sure. Oh man. Something off the agenda real quick, but I forgot. So Friday, have you gotten the chance to? We haven't, and I know you haven't. But Bill and Ted Face the Music came out on Friday.
No, you have to pay for that though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I bought it. I haven't watched it yet, but I bought a pack. It was $30 for the movie, and they gave you part 1 and 2 in 4K.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So the kiddos had already watched part 1 with me recently. So then we watched part 2 on.
Was it good fun?
Oh, it was great. Watching the kids loved it. Like, that is a weird movie.
They're all weird movies.
We don't get movies like that anymore. Like,
it's good.
I really enjoyed watching that movie with the kiddos. Good. So they've been bugging me to watch the third one already. Like, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna watch it," and we're like, "It's a school night. Let's wait."
That's the fight I always have. It's school night, so let's wait. I mean, friends of the show know that when there's a Dovern Forge Kickstarter, pretty much all of my money has disappeared. Right, every cent that I've had has just been handed over to Nate and Stefan and those bunch over there for their Dovern Forge range. Here you go.
You might as well just hand them just give them a routing number and
I mean, they have a budget line on my big budget, right? Dovern Forge Kickstarter is part of my budgets for the year. it's sort of silly, but that's the only way I can afford it. If I save money for it. So sadly, Bill and Ted suffers this month because I don't have any fun money.
Oh man. All right. So what's next here on the agenda? Well, let's. I guess we can kick it off. Well, first off, it's September, which means
September 1st.
September 1st. And before we kick off into anything else about September, Animal Crossing.
Is there a new update? I didn't even look.
Yeah. Well, the fall season kicked off in Animal Crossing, so we've got new items. So you got acorns and pine cones.
Oh gosh, I should log in.
Yeah. You haven't logged
I logged in this morning to check the turnip prices, and then I logged right out. I didn't.
So the leaves are going to start changing color. New items in the game. A lot of crafting involved. More fall items, and eventually we're going to get some sort of character.
Halloween. That's exciting.
I'm super excited for it.
Jack the Czar of Halloween. That's a good name for a Halloween character, Jack the Czar.
Mm-hmm. Spooky
all right,
furniture.
I'm down with all of this. I'm totally down.
Franklin, the turkey chef. Oh, great.
Is that because the turkey chef is cooking turkey? That seems very on the nose. Yeah. All right, I can get behind this.
It's the start. Like, it's been the one little beacon that's been making 2020 happen.
It's been a small joy. I will say that I don't consume it as much as I did, a couple months ago. I definitely just log in for like 20 minutes. Run around, do some weeding, talk to some folks, and then log out. Spirit Fair has occupied that niche for me. So that's really what I'm eating up a lot of my time and really enjoying.
Revenge of the Turkeys.
Yes. Thanks for joining, sir.
So with September 1st being here, so we have all the details from Sony and Microsoft already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
all the details. I know. Well, okay. Now is where we begin Joe's rant.
No. Maybe.
Come on, man. So, everybody knows which Xbox they're going to get. Everybody knows what they're excited for on the PlayStation 5. If you do, just let us know because we know nothing about these consoles. Right? They've told us nothing. They've talked about some teraflops and titty bits or whatever. Who knows what's going on there? We don't know what's happening on these things, and that's that, right? Oh, also backwards compatibility, kind of up in the air for some of these consoles.
Right? We don't. What's going on here? Like we've talked.
We know the controllers will be compatible with them, though. We know the new.
We know which controllers will, but we don't know anything else. We've got. Rolls.
That trombone. Excited to play PlayStation 1 games. Yep.
So this was today. Again, Microsoft accidentally mentions a next-gen console they haven't actually announced again.
So this was a packaging mess
faux
up.
pas.
Right?
I mean, can they call it that? So here's
the deal, right? Like, I mean, I don't know how many of our folks play operations or work in operations, right? This is an operations mess up because they were told, hey, don't throw out any packaging. We don't want to spend any money throwing out packaging. So when you're done with this old set, run the new set and combine them. But no one told them when they should switch over to not spoil something, right? So they just said, all right, we got the copy, let's run it and go. So that's where they land here, where they're starting to put out copy that shouldn't be out until after the packaging, after the new consoles launch, after they reveal things.
And if you're confused about what we mean here, folks, it's not that they haven't announced the Series X. Oh, they have totally announced the Series X. What they haven't announced is the Series S. So if you look here,
we know why you might be confused because I had no idea what it was talking about.
Yeah, so I love this. So it's pretty hard to see in this tweet. So let's enhance here. So FYI, this was a tweet that someone put out. They bought a Microsoft controller, a brand new controller directly from the Microsoft store. This isn't from Target or Walmart or whatever. They ordered it directly from Microsoft. They opened up the box, and inside of the box was a free month or whatever of Game Pass. And on the Game Pass information, it actually says redeem for 14 days free games on Series X, S, Xbox One, and Windows 10. So this console right here, folks, has not been announced. There is no Xbox Series S. It's September 1st.
I mean, there is. We all know there is. It just hasn't been announced, right? Yeah. Yeah, and it's a packaging copy thing, right? Someone actually is ahead of the game, probably because they're working from home.
So before I get into other annoyances and angriness, how much of this do you think was because of COVID?
That they messed this up?
Well, how much of this? I mean, I feel like maybe everything is messed up, like release time, date, everything. Just their entire like methodology of how they were going to do this has been completely thrown out of whack. So, how do you think there's a high?
I think it is. I think how could you expect the same level of productivity from all of your employees in the first few months of the quarantine, right? Where everyone's adjusting to home life. People with kids got to deal with their families. People with families got to deal with their families. People are dealing with COVID. The thing with the news, the dumpster fire that was this summer, right? So that's got to drain you down. That's got to make your work productivity a lot less. And so probably all of these things are creaking a little bit. They miss something. They miss. I
know how marketing works in a sense that things go off and they're already put to printer months in advance. A good example is all of the information for like Wonder Woman, the movie. All the Dorito bags had coming out July whatever, and in reality it had already been moved by the time.
I imagine they have to be pressing the CDs now, right? They'd have to be pressing the DVDs or whatever the disc for Christmas now if they want to have enough supply, right? So these games got to be getting ready at this point. I have to imagine.
Yeah.
So hopefully nothing will be delayed. I don't want to say it out loud because I feel like
let's talk about that now.
I think there's going to be some sad announcements regarding the timing of these consoles being released. I can't imagine with no price, as you mentioned earlier. I didn't know that, but no price, no specs, no detailed information. It just feels like they're going to push it out, and they're too afraid to start hyping people up and then have to push it out.
Right. I've never seen this. I mean, obviously with 2020 and COVID and everything else involved, I can understand why we've never seen something like this. But even then, E3 was always canceled. Remember that E3 was canceled even before COVID. It was canceled because of other reasons. Sony wasn't going to be there. Microsoft had probably backed out too. So like, the two big companies that were announcing consoles already had pulled out of E3. So if E3 wasn't going to be where they announced things, where was it going to be? Damn. So now everything got pushed out further and further.
We had some drip feeds though, right? There was that Sony lecture.
Mark Cerny got to talk about SSDs for an hour.
Microsoft came out and said, "Hey, we're going to talk about the past. Oh, there's a console. Look at the console. We got some
console. Let's talk about the past.
We're a service. We got some
service. So I don't get it. I don't understand. I've never seen this. I don't know how they think the holiday season is going to go for them.
Maybe they don't want a huge. No, this doesn't make any sense. I was thinking maybe they want to tamp down like excitement because they know their supply chain can't keep up.
Well, I mean,
they don't want the bad press of failing to put everything out there. I don't know.
But that's happened for every major console. Before the PS5 and Xbox One, with the PS3, I remember the PlayStation 3, the Wii, all those, you couldn't get them on the shelves.
Nintendo's a whole different category.
Right. But what I'm saying is they had that supply and demand problem, right? Like they only put out a few, they'd sell out. You'd have to like camp out at stores months after the console had come out to gotta get one because
I don't remember that for the one. I remember just
not
placing
for
an
the
order
one,
like 3 or
before
4
that.
weeks after. Yeah.
So the PlayStation
before
3,
that, yeah.
PlayStation 3, Xbox after that.
I do remember the rage regarding the PlayStation launches, but the Xbox, I don't remember any Illuminati time. See, that's it. Illuminati time. This wasn't next. So maybe this isn't rant time. This is put on your tinfoil hat time, right? So
I don't know. Maybe
I'm starting to get segments for the show. 90 episodes in, so here we are. Tinfoil hat time. They're driving up demand by reducing supply, right?
That's right.
They're making this work for
I don't know where they're going with this. We don't know what's going on. With that in mind, and again, I'm already moving on to the next topic because
I love it.
We have to keep the ball rolling here. We've got let's just go to show here. We've got consoles coming out, next gen consoles, and while we're living in the year 2020, PC gamers over here are living in the year 2030.
As if they weren't insufferable enough already. Is it really? It's $1,500.
So right, that's what I was trying to tell you earlier. We are talking. Nvidia came out and had a big old presser today, and said, "Here's the next generation of video cards for gaming." Right. So, and if we're not even going to talk about PC gaming in general, we're just talking about architecture. Because architecture is what drives all gaming right now, whether you're an ATI or NVIDIA. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo all use ATI inside of their consoles. That's who they use. Except this. NVIDIA, on the other hand, I'm sorry, the Switch uses the NVIDIA K1. Either way, they're using a mobile chip. But the main graphics processors for the Sony is all ATI. That's what they're using for the next gen. NVIDIA comes out and goes, by the way, we've just blown everything away. We just went above and beyond. So these new cards that they announced today are 70% faster than their previous gen. And that's not it's not. The every gen before that has been 20, 30%, 40% at the most. This is 70%. And these were all media that was sent out the card early. And they were like, we're going to test this on our own stuff. And they did the test and they're like, this is unbelievable. By the way, those tests happened only with the 380. The 380 card. The 390 card no one has yet is supposedly double the speed of the 380 because it's double the price.
This is, I mean, like, we need the math numbers because, like, I don't. $500 sounds legitimate, right? The big news on the video announcement is that the 3070, which is the lowest of these 3,000 tiers, if I'm understanding this, is $500 and is supposedly more powerful than the 1080 Ti. The 1080 Ti was the one that was sent back in Terminator 3, right? That's the one that went out.
Exactly. Look, this is a mess. I still PC game. I've got a nice 2080. I don't have anything higher than that. I don't have a TI or.
It looks like it holds the nuclear codes. Look at that.
Yeah, that thing is huge. It's a beast of a card. The pricing is ridiculous.
The pricing is ridiculous.
I mean, the 380, which is their second to highest tier, is $700, and it's launching on the September 7th. Look at this. Look at this. Announced today, release date and price.
Well, probably they wanted to make sure they could do it, right? Like, think about how much everything's been compressed because they don't know for sure if they're going to get anything because of the COVID crisis. Like, where are these made? Think about these supply chains, right?
So these cards are already talking about 8K gaming. We can't get consoles that run 4K on native TVs properly. Like, we have to talk about the fact
what is the 4K adoption rate?
Well, it's
like, how many people have 4K TVs?
You can't even buy a 1080p TV now.
Right, but I mean, like, what is the adoption rate out there in the world of the technology to take advantage of?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want
to.
Among
the PC gamers master race, which I hate saying out loud, what is their adoption rate for something that can even use this?
So it's pretty high.
Yeah, they all got 4K monitors, and
a lot of them have 4K monitors. When people buy gaming PCs, they're now buying gaming monitors, and it's not that they have 4K monitors. So the difference is, and again, this is, you haven't played on an actual high-end gaming PC in a long time, Pedro, but let me tell you something. the difference between playing on a regular TV and playing on a gaming monitor is night and day. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
This is just EP. This is EP.
I wish it was, man.
This is just EP.
How do I put this? Do you remember the jump between like PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360?
No. I remember playing a PlayStation 2 game, an emulation of it, and being like, wow, this looks like crap. That's what I remember now. Like now looking back, I remember looking back and being like, wow, I thought this was amazing. And now we have this, right? That's what I remember.
But I'm trying to do what's that moment in gaming time where you did the jump, where you had one console and you were playing this one console and then you popped on your new shiny whatever. And then it was like, whoa.
So I went almost from PlayStation to Xbox 360, right? I didn't own a PlayStation 2 for very long. Right.
Okay.
So that was the big jump for me, and that was amazing, right? I just don't do the sort of like, I've never been the graphics like junkie that other folks have.
No, sure, and that's fine. We have to talk about the fact that
So like I sometimes watch videos online where they talk about ray tracing, and then they're like, oh, watch the video with ray tracing, and then they turn it off, and I'm watching it, I'm like, what am I looking for? What is this showing me? And maybe my monitor's so shitty I can't tell, right?
I
just don't know.
That might be it too. Potato quality will always be potato quality.
I'm like,
I mean, he doesn't even know.
Why can't I see the ray tracing on this tiny phone? What is
Pedro
this?
has no idea our logo's even red. He's got a black and white monitor. Like
red? Oh no.
Look, I'm talking to the crowd out there.
No, I know. There's folks out there. Of
geekdom that I love. I absolutely love. But we have to talk about the fact that when that jump happened, when you went from like PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, it was a big deal. Like, whoa. And then PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 was a bigger jump because it was the first time things were native for high definition, right? Like you plugged it in HDMI into a actual flat screen TV and things went widescreen natively. Games were made for widescreen. The jump from the 3 to PlayStation 4 wasn't as big. It was big, but it wasn't as big. And the jump after that, which is this next gen, is very small, like visually. But power-wise, it's there. What's happening is physical TVs have not kept up with actual gaming. Yes, we have 4K TVs right now, but what gaming is doing now...
Human eye can't see more than 120.
30 frames. It's 30 frames. But gaming monitors are being sold with 144 hertz refresh rates and higher. And so that means frame rates can go higher, which gives fluid, almost unnatural looking gaming. It's really a big jarring experience when I
play games like that right now, right?
Well, yeah, you can. PC has been doing it for a while now, and that's where consoles are aiming for. So they're wanting higher refresh rate. They want their racing games to be 60 frames. They want all of that, but they can't do it and also stick to the native resolution of these TVs that you can only buy. You can only buy 4K TVs now. So the hardware, even on this next gen, still can't do it. A perfect example is Gamecom. Gamecom this week, they showed all these trailers, and Ratchet and Clank, a launch title for the PlayStation 5, they showed it, and it looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, it looks like a fantastic game. But they had to come out and say, by the way, this game, it runs at 30 frames a second. If you want it to run at 60 frames, you have to drop down the resolution of the game to 1080p. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, normally I wouldn't care, but here we have next gen, and you're still not giving me a game launch that can run full resolution on the TV that I've owned for 3 years.
It's so weird.
It's weird. PC gamers, on the other hand, are like, by the way, if I plug this computer right now to my 4K, I can run any game I want native on my TV. So that's the big.
They already suck. So now we got to deal with them again.
Right. So this jump, they've now acceleratedly jumped. They've moved so far ahead than the console right now that argument gets even more annoying. Yeah.
The last big jump in TVs was from the CRT to plasma LCD. 4K was a decent jump, but nowhere near the same.
You're absolutely right. It's nowhere near the jump. If the jump had been CRT to LCD or 1080p or whatever, LCD tech, if the jump had been CRT to 1080p all the way, but we didn't. We had mild. We had flat screens that were doing 480, flat screens that were doing 720, 1080i for a while, and then you saw the full HD logos on those for a long time.
I think I had like a 720 TV, but I didn't set it. I had it at 480, and I had a gamer friend come over and complain and like reset everything correctly.
Probably me.
It might have been you. I don't remember who it might have been, but they were very, very upset. They were like, "Why are you watching this? This is horrible."
Potato quality. What is going on?
It's like, I'm like, what? I can still see the game. I don't know why you're.
So yeah. If the jump had been that, but
there we go, Daniel Oldecamp. Thanks for jumping on. Practically half the U.S.
Thank you. That's exactly it.
Half bigger adoption rate than I would have thought at this point. But
it's because all manufacturers, right? So like these older TVs, as they die, as these LCD TVs die, they go to the store and they're like, well, here's a 32-inch 1080p low-end TV, but for $100 more, I get a 55-inch 4K. And so like the adoption is that these companies aren't making big TVs in the older tech. They're making the smaller TVs in the older tech, and they're putting 4K. It's cheaper. The panel manufacturers, it's cheaper for them to manufacture a 4K panel than a 1080p panel. So everyone has
55 inches. What percentage of households have a 55-inch TV? Now I want to know that.
That's pretty much the average size now.
55 inches is the average size?
55 inch. If you go to the store, 55 inches is pretty much the low end. 32-inch ones are the ones they sell for like kitchens.
Kitchens? Texas kitchens? That's my entire kitchen. 32 inches. I have to move it every time I open the fridge.
You don't have a 55 inch attached to your TV, to your fridge? I do. I don't know about you. I got a 55-inch sitting right there.
Just like I got a 55-inch in my shower, bro.
Right there, buddy. Like that's my office TV, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the panels are so cheap now that he's right. The adoption rate is 4K. So the fact that you've got these consoles that can't even do native res for these TVs that are being sold, and they're already talking about TV manufacturers are already pushing 8K. Like they're like, next year we're gonna have a consumer grade 8K TV, and I'm like, slow down. My console manufacturer.
But don't we want them to speed up because our computer? Well, I guess you want a 8K monitor with your super powerful NVIDIA card, and you want an 8K console for your super powerful TV. Is that
right?
Is that what we're going for?
Right.
Okay.
That's what I mean. That's the jump right there, right? So like, it's a mess. It's a mess. Technology one isn't talking to the other. It's a mess. So the fact that a Sony PlayStation 5 can't have a launch game of their own property running at 4K 60 frames is a little scary.
It's weird because they make TVs.
Right, they're actually the first maker of an 8K TV. They've had an 8K TV on the market for like 3 years. Like no one bought it, but like there it is. It's you can go to Best Buy and see the Sony 8K TV and buy it for no reason. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. This is such a weird year. We've got new consoles coming out.
It's on PCs, and then they get to the console, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do this."
Yeah, so, bro. Samsung has a fridge with a 30-inch TV built in it. It's like 30 inches. That's the next iPhone. I don't know what you're talking about.
The back pocket.
Back pocket of my Jinkos because they're back in Flavortown.
I think my TV's 40 inches. I don't think it's 55 or 42. I don't know. I just bought a new one. And someone set up above. I saw it fly by. You know, another big part of the cost of repairing TVs. I actually tried to repair my TV. I ordered the part.
Yeah.
It cost more than the TV would have cost to buy a new one, but I still was like, let me try to be responsible. It didn't work. The new part didn't work. I tried to install it, solder it, didn't work, so I had to buy a new TV.
Yeah, there's a lot of e-waste out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sad part about it. We're hoping people kind of realize that and people start recycling these. Please recycle these. Take them to your local big box.
But even recycling doesn't it's still a ton of waste, right?
Right.
Even recycling it's not 100%.
Let's make sure those LCD panels get disposed of properly. They all contain mercury. Let's make sure the mercury doesn't get back in.
I've been burying them in my kids' play yard. Is that
fair? That's a good place for them.
All right, well, whatever. What's a little mercury in the end times?
I mean, fish have it, right?
Fish have it. Fish at thermometers, and I put thermometers in my mouth all the time. So. Don't buy into big mercury.
That's right, Adam. Recycle your TV and mail it to me so my wife can hate me even more. Oh my God. I tried to count all the screens that I have in the house recently, and it got a little high. I was in the 20s.
You were like, this is not enough. I need more.
Not enough. I need more power. Billy and Kid Forts have old LCD panels.
Amazing.
Who said they're old? They all power on.
That way they can have they can have games inside, right? They play inside the computer. That's what
I put false walls. Like I put pictures of the wall of the fort.
Unbelievable. So yeah, consoles, who knows what they're gonna do? TVs, who knows what they're gonna do? NVIDIA chips, we know what they're gonna do. They're gonna be launching soon, and
you're gonna be launching and charging $1,500.
That buys a lot of Dwarven Forge. That's actually that only buys a little bit of Dwarven Forge, but just enough for you to want more Dwarven Forge, right?
So let's back up now. Let's go to the retro side of things, and we'll talk about the Wii.
Okay, all right, we'll talk about the Wii. Speaking of $1,500 expenditures.
Speaking of $1,500 expenditures, absolutely. Here we got it. This isn't anything new, honestly. Like this is a project that people have done before, but this individual decided to show it off, and it looks great. There's a Game Boy, and this guy cut down a Wii and fit it into a Game Boy Color style case. It is a legit Wii.
Wait, a Wii or a Wii U?
Wii.
A Wii. Okay, all right.
Yep. And it looks great. It looks fantastic. You're playing a lot of these games that, I mean, honestly, they look great. I want one. I want one real bad.
Not that bad. Not bad enough.
Not this bad. So, I mean, this is it's great. With Wii modifications and whatnot, you can play. I mean, Wii. You can play native GameCube. You can play Super Nintendo.
This has more backwards compatibility than the PlayStation 5 one.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Unbelievable. Yeah. So I mean, it's a great system to use for this because, and so this is what they do. And when you look at this, you're like, wait a minute, how does this work? So they actually cut
because it's there, Adam DJ Brett. This is what retro gamers and hackers and machine hackers do, right? They figure out how to take something and put it in a more beautiful case, and then they show it off on YouTube. That's what they do.
They shrink it down. So it's kind of amazing. It's good electronic engineering to really the brain child of a lot of these is taking a piece of technology, being able to cut it to its minimal functionality, taking the main brain and still be able to get full functionality out of it. It's
oh my gosh, they're gonna fit into that case.
Yeah,
right, that made me real happy watching.
No, it's totally. It's like putting it all together. I mean, it's a fantastic looking little system. I want one. So the downside to this is this project has been around for a while. There is back in April.
Sorry, Adam DJ Brett's coming in with the zingers. This is like going to a steakhouse and asking for your steak to be cut to look like salmon.
That's right. So
what's hilarious to me is that he thinks the Wii is a steak. Like that's so the Wii was the salmon.
The Wii is the salmon for sure. But it's a great little system. It's got a lot of compatibility. But this project has been on. This is a video from April. An individual showed the exact same thing. I mean, this is nothing new. And they decided to sell a kit. So this is everything that you could play natively and with homebrew and virtual console and emulators. All those systems can be played on a Wii. So it's a great system to have for this particular reason. These guys made the kit. This kit is $325 at the moment. Yep. They're like Raspberry Pi, whatever. This thing can do way more. And it fits. It's a great little project. $325 gets you the kit.
It's gorgeous.
You have to provide the Wii and do a lot of the work. I contacted the individual for the video that happened this week that went viral, which is interesting because this video went viral too. So it's like everyone forgot. Well,
the other video looks slicker. This one looks good, but the other one looks slicker. Like it's got the Wii color in the middle there.
This is showing you. This is the kit that they send you. Like this is the printout kit that they send you.
This looks like proof of concept, a prototype video.
Right. So all in all, this kit is $325. I talked to the individual that makes it. More power to him. I think he's looking at over $1,000 to make one of these for you.
Custom make one for you.
That's a little rich for my blood. I have gone down this road looking at what it takes to make one of these. It is not easy, folks. Like, as much modding as I do, this is something that might be just a little bit above my
advanced level modding.
My
And
pay.
when you drop $325 on the kit, you don't want to mess up. I feel
Right.
like.
That's
You don't want to miss solder something, or
$325 gets you a lot. So here we go. What you get in it. And he talks. What's great about the video? This talks about
look at all the nothings you get. You get no games, no this, no that. I love it.
Right. So this is their kit. I mean, look them up. It's called the G-Boy Project. If you're interested in something like this, they do have builders. So I think that you can buy the kit and then get someone to do it for you. Yeah, it's a cool little project. It's fun to see. The community is thriving. Stuff like this. I love people that take old hardware and kind of turn it into things like this. I love it.
For them. That's a hobby in and of itself, right?
It is.
Here's my engineering question: how do I fit a system into an Altoids can? Which you saw there, and that's something they did.
They were doing it. They did it.
I know. I saw it there, and I was like, that's the kind of questions you do as an engineer, and that's fun. That's good fun. But yeah, I'm with you, Adam. $325 buys a lot of McChickens.
it sadly it buys you less than 325, which is okay. I'm just putting that out there.
The times do change, Grandpa. You also can buy less blue pies, right? So.
Oh man.
We still don't know the price of the new console, so we don't know for sure how many consoles $325 is worth, or how many McChickens I can buy instead of a McConsole, right?
Instead of a Series X or a X. All I know is right now, I think the McChicken is backwards compatible with more things than the PlayStation 5.
Poor PlayStation 5.
You're right, Daniel. I have a Pi. I have a Pi Mini that goes into an Altoids can. I have a LCD and everything. It's sitting like right over here.
That's amazing.
I've been meaning to put one together. It's a great little project. Tin for sure. Yeah.
Again, nice proof of concept, and then you can knock it out and feel good about it, and then you have a system in your Altoids can. That's pretty cool. That is pretty neat. Do we talk about the game that probably will be on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series systems, GTA 5? That game will definitely be on the next gen console.
Because that's also the game that won't die.
Rockstar has released one game in the last 10 years, and this is it, right? So, and Red Dead Redemption 2, right? But here we are. GTA.
Great testicle physics. Remember that.
Yeah, Joe likes to rant about various things like NVIDIA cards and about console wars and that sort of stuff. I like to drink the tears of gamers who are punished for cheating online, right? I just love it. I love reading the tweets. I love when they complain, I'm done with you, GTA. And I'm like, were you done already because you started cheating? I don't know. So here's the deal. GTA Online came down hard on these folks playing online. They were using the garage exploit, which if you play GTA Online, you knew of the garage exploit. And folks lost everything. It wasn't just the money loss, which is what I think people were expecting. They were expecting the money just to be taken away.
But the money. No.
Progression. And if you know anything about GTA, right, things unlock at progression levels, achievements unlock at progression levels, and like getting to progression level 500 is amazing, right? Getting past 10, I think, is amazing because it's a horrible dystopian nightmare that is the GTA Online community where you log in and just get murdered, right? But yeah, here, my GTA account has been reset, uninstalling the game, not going to play GTA Online ever again. A, you're lying, and B,
I love this. So I've been playing GTA Online since 2014. That's how old the game is.
That's how old the game is.
It's so stupid how they patch these money glitches and then reset our accounts instead of a money wipe. Yet Rockstar keeps the God mode glitches in the game for the griefers. Goodbye, GTA. Rockstar, you guys messed up. Now, I think you messed up by cheating.
Yeah, you messed up by cheating. You knew you were cheating. It was an obvious exploit. There are a lot of griefers.
Where's the Woody Harrelson dries tears with money gif?
I love those tears, though. I love it. I mean, it's sad, right? You make progress, and I know there was one person that was like, I literally just cheated for the first time in this game yesterday.
Inspired by Apple, absolutely, to crack down on cheaters.
And to be fair to all the cheaters on GTA Online, Rockstar so rarely comes in and does something like this, right? They sort of I mean, they literally have troll servers, right? If you're a jerk in GTA Online, you get demoted and you got to go play with jerks for a little while, right?
Right. They actually moved them. I think
they moved them to the
if I'm
griefer
not
server.
mistaken, though, judging from your bloodline, I think you have two members of your family that like to walk around with paper bags and do this, don't they?
The paperback mafia, baby. That's the GTA Online.
They go online and do this. So your two brothers do this. They go.
They've served some time on the griefer servers for sure. I actually haven't reached out. I wonder if they took advantage of his exploit. One of the things about GTA Online is a grind to make money, and a lot of that grind is because the community murders you every time you log in.
You can just buy, like, spend $30 and get yourself like $16 million in, like, what is it, shark card?
$60 million doesn't go as far as you think in GTA.
Oh, really? Oh, fair enough. Okay, I don't know how broken the economy
is. Paper bags, bro. That's like 2 paper bags.
Wow.
Yeah, this is just my like drink up those tears segments, gamer tears. There you go. Stop cheating. Don't cheat. Like, just don't move on with your life or exploit it, but expect repercussions eventually. Some folks are saying they got away with it. And I imagine they didn't cheat as much. And then there's also the backlash where it's like they knew the risks. No sympathy for any of these folks.
You knew the consequences. It's a game about crime. Like,
which I think really fosters a terrible community, for the record.
Right?
It's weird that a game where you could literally just do whatever you want to run over pedestrians fosters a community that does that for fun, right? So, yeah. So God bless them.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, all the GTA accounts that have been deleted and uninstalled. Good luck to all the Fortnite communities and Fall Guy communities. They're going to have these GTAers flooding their servers, right? So, what else we got?
What do we got? I'm trying to think. I mean, did you want to talk about this Magic the Gathering?
So I read it. They didn't really say much. I guess there's going to be a Magic the Gathering set in the Forgotten Realms world, which again, like, this is one of those cases where the chocolate and the peanut butter I don't think are going to work well together, right? I don't know how you take. I guess you could just take the characters and turn them into Magic the Gathering cards of two colorless mana in one forest, right? I don't know what the right terms are, but I don't know how you translate Dungeons and Dragons and its sort of freewheeling spirit and how people can. The best way to put it is that my Neverwinter in my world isn't the same Neverwinter as anyone else's.
Right.
Right. So when you play a card of Neverwinter, what does that mean in Magic the Gathering's game, right? What is that? What would it be? Is it going to be the basic generic one? Well, then that's not interesting. So I'd be curious as to how they design the cards. I'm looking forward to the art, right? I feel like D&D doesn't get as much art as it should, and I'm looking forward to the art. The Halia card, right? So Halia in my world would be very overpowered. She's a big NPC in my world, while she's just a throwaway character in the Delver box, right? So
right. But I mean, you take characters like that and you turn them into fun. I mean, that's the fun.
Yeah. So I'd be curious to see what they do. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms for Magic the Gathering. I have one friend who plays it competitively, has a good time with it, and because I follow his Twitter account, I see a lot of the tweets. The sort of filter through. I see what he's talking about. I don't understand Magic the Gathering anymore, right? Like, the meta is way out of my realm of understanding. But I do understand that folks are basically unhappy with the game. Right, they're unhappy with the direction it's taken from a rules design perspective.
Hot take: geeks and gamers unhappy with the rules of makers of actual game.
Yes, that's that is true. But the folks that
how many people, like, at every forum for every, like, this is me walking into every forum going, I'm gonna go hang out with my fans, with other people that are fans of the game. You walk in and it's just like rooms on fire. You're like, what's going on?
This is more like I'm trying to think of a real sports equivalent, but this is like professional, I don't know, linebackers complaining about tackling rules being changed, right? When you read Magic the Gathering discussions, these are professionals who play the game as their careers and talk about the game as part of their careers. So it's interesting to see their perspective. Who cares about Donnie Troll complaining about the tiefling race adjustment, right? I'm more talking about, so here we are, Rolls. This is good. He knows baseball. Rolls, this is like the MLB making the designated hitter rule league-wide, right? That's an impact to the way everyone plays the game. So when you hear Magic the Gathering professionals talking about the rules of the game not making sense, the way they ban cars, ruin the economy. It's a different cadence and a different weight, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it's a different cadence and weight when you hear them talking about it. So I think maybe this is one of those things where they're like Magic the Gathering, they're trying to make it better.
I got it.
Yeah, all right. So I'm trying to find something I can talk to Joe about where he can sort of get.
I got it. Daniel got it for me. I was like, I get the designated rule, but I'm like, even then, I'm like, doesn't MLB also have stupid rules like one league, like the American League or the National League? One of them has to have the pitchers actually bat, and one of them doesn't. Like,
yeah, that's the designated hitter rule. Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Oh, see, there we go. I was like, so it's only one, right? Like the American League is the only one. No, I forgot. Which one of them? One of the two.
A lot of unspoken rules in Major League Baseball. God. If you want to, what was there was one recently. I wish I had brought up the video. I should have sent it in. I didn't think about talking about. We
talked about it. How the Grand Slam. It was the Grand Slam.
That's right. We did talk about.
Commented on it. It was the Grand Slam that what was it? The Padres. One of the players for the Padres. They were winning. There were like 7.
He wasn't supposed to swing at it, right? Yes, he was supposed to swing at it. You're not supposed to swing on certain number of balls or strikes or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like so ridiculous. These unwritten rules. Like someone as a fan, I'm like, ooh, bases are loaded. He's going to do a grand slam. He's supposed to just let that go through because of this like old man rule. I'm like, not
you might anger the pitcher
out the park. Ridiculous.
Every one of them, we love every single one of our fans, Adam, DJ, Brett. Y'all are going to anger all 3 of your baseball fans. Well, then we've done our job.
We've done our job.
Baseball fans angry. I love it. What else we got? What are you playing?
Good segue, sir. Man, the gift that keeps giving, the Game Pass, man. They dropped Drake's Hollow last week out of nowhere. This is a game that was not on my radar, and I'm enjoying it. But I don't know if it's for the reasons I'm supposed to enjoy it. I don't like this. This game looks great. I think our producer's rolling up a trailer for it. So Drake's Hollow it's a weird game. It's got a weird art set. Like it's co-op,
kind of Fortnite-y, kind of not, but the art set, right?
Yeah.
Kind of dark, kind of not. Flame of the Flood was a great game. I very much enjoyed it. It's got the same kind of kid. You're playing kids, which makes it weird as well, right?
You're playing like young adults or like old enough, or like teenagers or just a little bit older, where they're because the game starts off no matter who you pick with like a relationship, a breakup happens.
Yeah.
And then you end up in this like other world, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You kind of just end up. That's the story arc for you to get there. And so you start off. It starts cutesy, but as you progress in the game, there's definitely some dark story narratives going on.
Is there? Okay, all right. I haven't gotten that deep. It's got base building, which we all love to do nowadays, right? Can't play a game without crafting and base building.
And then you set up these waypoints. So the game is split up into these little islands, and then everything is separated by like an ocean, but the ocean is just like this dark energy. And the only way you can walk through that dark energy is you have to like crack you have to use an ether spell, and it sets this boundary for 15 seconds, and then you can run through it real quick.
You gotta run through quick. I've had to do that to get to some new islands. So, and then you can set up waypoints so you don't have to keep doing that.
Yeah, right? You set up the waypoints so you can set up waypoints in the water too, because they only have so much range, and the waypoints can then talk to each other, and then you can grind from island to island. You have to they're resource intensive, so it's a little bit of a management as well. You're managing all these resources from like wood, like Minecrafty in a way, where you're crafting stuff. You also have these like the drakes. They're like these plant people.
There's like villager management as well.
So you also have to keep them alive too. I had one of them die on me randomly, even though
because you keep them entertained.
I think so. Maybe I don't know. So on the top right hand corner, you have a little gauge that tells you how entertained they are, how much sleep they have, and how much food they're being given, or food, water, entertainment, or something like that. Everything was in the green. It's on PC. It's on Microsoft right now. Only Microsoft and PC.
It's multiplayer. All you have to do is play the tutorial, and you can play 4 players online.
4-player co-op.
I haven't been able to connect with you to give it a try on multiplayer because I enjoyed it, but then I was like, "Who is this for? What would I play instead?" Right?
It's interesting. It's got this kid. Like even the wife kind of was sitting there watching me play it, and she was like, "This is weird." She's like, "I don't get it. Like this music is a very somber music going on in the background." Like, and then you've got these like happy joy people, but
like you're saving flowers. And
the wife caught it. Like she was looking at me play, and there's moments in the game where you find these pages like these notes left behind, and
dark.
the characters are all like, my wife goes, all those characters are from the Scarlet Letter, and I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, those are all like the judge and all that are from the Scarlet Letter. They're characters in the game. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like it gets really dark. What's the connection? It's really cool looking, and like the villains.
It was gonna be like a Stranger Things kind of thing, but it turned out not to be.
So. Yeah, it's got a Stranger Things vibe. It's got because you're crossed over into this world of magic. The animals talk. You're defending these drakes. You have to build. You have to feed. You also have to keep discovering. You have to find a way to funnel supplies. I haven't noticed if the supplies or the plant life regrows back.
It seemed like it at the time I played, but yeah.
So like if you pick clean your island, you have to leave your island and go find more resources. But then waves of villains come and attack so you have to run back.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun,
which is nice for multiplayer. You can sort of divide up duties, go collect resources out from the base.
So I'm at a point in the game where I'm like, I want to play this with more people to see if I'm liking it the way I'm liking it. Yeah,
Pikmin, Daniel DeCamp. Yep. Stranger Things versus City versus Pikmin.
That's a good one. Like it's got a little bit of everything. It's like a buffet of games. Like these developers obviously played all of these games, and then we're like, we like all of this. We like keeping critters alive. We like building. We like resource management. We like crafting. We like
procedurally generated maps.
Right? Procedurally generated maps. Yeah, it's a mess, but it's fun.
I mean, it's on my list. I played the tutorial. I played for a little while longer, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll play."
Yeah." Eventually, you have to play the tutorial just enough to unlock the multiplayer. Then the multiplayer goes. You can now turn it on, and so you just hit start, and it turns your island multiplayer, and anyone can join in, which is pretty neat. I don't know how that works for progression of your island. So that means I guess you show up on my world, and then you help me, or I help.
Maybe I get items from your world that I wouldn't normally get. Who knows? We'll see.
Hopefully more resources show up because I can't imagine 4 players being able to keep the amount of resources happy, because
they just strip mine everything, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm running. I don't know. It's a fun game. It's free on Game Pass right now. If you've got it, go check it out. I mean, looks like a little labor of love, for sure. It's on PC, so if you've got it, pick it up on Steam.
And Flame in the Flood is great. If you don't like that, give Flame in the Flood a try.
What's the price on it on PC right now? Jordan, can you scroll down for me? So what's the price on it? Is there a price? It's coming soon. So it's actually not out on PC yet. So interesting. Yeah, so it's only on Xbox Game Pass right now. Cool.
Give it a whirl if you've got the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. What are you playing?
I played that for a little bit. I tried out Grounded. I don't know if you saw that one. That's another multiplayer game.
My kids love it.
Yeah, they do.
It got a little scary for them too.
Dude. So this is an interesting game, right? It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. They shrink you down, and you're like
in a backyard.
Yeah, and you're like a kid who talks to himself a lot, which makes you sort of get close and attached to this child that you're playing. I mean, you're trying to survive in the backyard. You're building your base. You're figuring out how to get big again, and then nighttime comes,
and the critters come out.
I loved it because it started with being like, "Hey, this game has spiders, and if you're afraid of spiders, we've got a spider accessibility mode, which removes the spiders and I guess replaces it with a graphic or something else, which is nice." I was like, I've fought hundreds of spiders. I'm a gamer through and through. That spider, when it first appeared, I almost shat my pants. I'm not ashamed of it. Spider
This is a cool looking game. Like it's Obsidian. Yeah, they're like, if this was the game, Cyberpunk is the best game you're going to play this year. But play this one.
The spiders are terrifying because they're like set to your size, and then you realize you're a kid getting eaten by the spider, and it just appears in the middle of the night. So you see like the red eyes. It scared the hell out of me. It's got a lot of neat things. You know, it reminded me of Ark. I don't know if you ever played that Ark game, that sort of weird survival game. It reminds me a little bit of that, where you kind of have to discover everything as you go, build your base up, and live for a while. I don't know how it's going to do on the Xbox, right? Oh, that spider's terrifying.
Yeah, see, the garden spider's a daytime spider. That night wolf spider's creepier.
That's the one that got me.
Way creepier.
Yeah, no, it terrified me. Look at the mini ant. I didn't even know you could do that. See, that's pretty cool. I could dig it. It's harder than I wanted it to be, but probably you need to be more players, right? Oh, look at them wearing armor. I didn't even think about making armor. So there you go. I suck at Arc. I'm going to suck at this game. But again, I'm always looking for multiplayer games to play with my Sunday gamers. So this was one of the ones that was on our agenda to check out to fill the time between now.
I think you're noticing
Star
the trend.
Wars Squadrons, which really matters.
So let's talk about that. That's right before we end the night here. Squadrons. You excited for this?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it. I haven't pre-ordered a game since Mass Effect Andromeda. I have not pre-ordered a game. That's the last. Wow. Okay.
I can see why you haven't pre-ordered anything since then.
Dude, I've been burned ever since. I cannot. I'm excited for this. I've got my friends excited for this. I probably gonna have to buy a copy for my brother. But yeah, put me in a Y-wing. I will play Star Wars all day long in a Y-wing.
I think this is gonna be as good as X-wing versus TIE Fighter.
So nothing will ever be as good as the things I experienced when I was a kid, right?
Right.
But the graphics are definitely going to be better, right? There's going to be more teraflops and bitty bits, right? I don't know. It looks beautiful. It's got repowering shields. It's got blowing up Star Destroyers. It's got the Sims meets Star Wars. What's going on here, producer? What's happening here? Fired. What is this? Oh my God, unbelievable. This guy works for free. It does a terrible job. I kid. Thanks to Legacy 77 and thanks to Jordan for producing the show. So I mean, it looks gorgeous. And here's the Emperor, which you can't have a Star Wars without the Emperor.
Game is that, right? You create a squadron. You have 5 players.
5 players, either one side or the other. It has multiplayer PvP. Obviously, every game has to have it. But it also has 5-player cooperative missions, right? You take down a Star Destroyer or you take down the Death Star or whatever you're supposed to do, which is what I'm really excited for, right? One of my favorite things in Rainbow Six Siege is those sort of cooperative missions where you're trying to take out terrorists. This is just going to be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to play the game. So that's right.
So without
it drops at the end of the month, which can't come soon.
The lead here is that's gameplay. This is what we're playing. The gameplay is completely cross-play. Which is already something like I'm like EA. Who are you and what have you done? I'm sure they'll find a way to ruin this for everybody.
Oh yeah, you're gonna find a way.
But right now, whatever system you buy this on, even PC, you can crossplay. And not only that, it's day one. And if you've got a PlayStation 4 PSVR or an Oculus or whatever headset you've got for PC,
power management,
100% VR compatible.
I'm imagining all the flight stick kiddies wiping the floor with those console boys.
Right there is my Oculus, and I cannot wait to strap in and play this freaking game. I got to pick up a flight stick.
Yeah, you need to pick up the flight stick so you can rock it out, especially one with keys so you can switch power settings and things like that. Get your X-Wing just right. R2's gonna be chirping behind you. Oh, it's gonna be. That's an A-wing interceptor. Ooh, yeah. This is my world. Some folks are like, oh, I can't wait for the Clone War deal. No, be quiet. Give me a TIE Fighter versus an X-Wing every day of the week.
Every day of the week. It doesn't matter.
It's gonna be good. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I hope not. I really hope not, Daniel. They'll charge a small fee to switch between platforms. Oh, God.
Freaking A-wing.
Look, as long as
support class, you see that the U-wing, that's a support class. So they've got support class fighters repairing shields. I know.
So I'm all for that. Bomber Y-wing.
Y-wing, give it to me every day. Oh. Strap in for my bombing run. I'm going to wear a helmet. You're going to be like, Pedro, I didn't know you do this. I didn't know you were this much of a nerd. But I love it.
I gotta find some decals for my Oculus so I can.
But I'm never going to play the Imperium, for the record. Never going to play the Imperials.
Yeah, I know.
Can't do it. Can't be space Nazis.
Oh, you know what? That's what they're going to charge. DLC is going to be right there.
Bobbleheads.
Tchotchkes. Have the bobbleheads on your.
I'm going to fill my cockpit with Baby Yoda heads. That's what I'm going to do. Just Baby Yoda heads everywhere. It's going to be good. So this is it. So when you're like, well, Cautious can't be on the show anymore. I have to find a new host, taking interviews for a new host. It's because I've been playing this nonstop.
Dog fights. Look at this. Oh my God.
I've been asking for this since episode 1, right? What I want.
We talked about. We had
a Star Wars cooperative game where I could play with 4 of my friends and we could take down a Star Destroyer. That's what I've dreamed of. That is what I wanted since day one. From every Star Wars game ever made, all I want to do is this with 4 of my friends. Since X-Wing, that's all I've wanted to do. So It looks awesome.
Yeah, here's the fleet battles. This is what you're talking about here.
Yeah, it's like staged cooperative play where you just go for one. You got to pick your assaults. You pick your specs and your layout. You work together with your team, and you go and you blow stuff up in your Y-wing. Oh, dude, it looks great. It looks frantic. It looks awesome. The sounds are perfect. I can't stop.
I'm in. I'm excited. So, folks, if you are old to the show, this might be the first time you've ever seen Cautious truly geek out. He's hyped.
I'm so hyped that I can't help but be disappointed when it comes out.
And there he is. And we're back, folks.
$40. Get it.
We're gonna $40.
$40 is a good price point. Exactly the right price point for an EA game. For me to be like, okay, EA, I'm gonna trust you this time. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes.
It's gonna burn so good when they charge you those extra $20 for that one thing you want to get their full 60 back.
They're gonna be like, oh, we didn't mention Y-Wings are DLC only. You're gonna have to buy them. And it's like card packs is gonna be miserable, but I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I've still got this running in the background. Like I'm like, look at that. Oh,
it's so good. You can't even talk about it. It's so good. Let us know what you're excited about, right? We are on the Twitters and the Facebooks, and Joe can put it up.
Yep, I got it.
We are the Mid-Geek Crisis. We are on Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Texas time, because that's the only other time that matters. Also catch Brother Sister. They're on at 8:30 or 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. I will never get their time right, but they're on before us, and they're awesome. They play retro games, which is Joe's heart. Brother Sister, they're hilarious. They're on before us on Tuesdays as well.
All right, everyone, take care. Episode 91. It's in the can. Take care, everyone.
Be kind.